Hey guys, happy 4th of July. I am videoing this on Wednesday, the 4th of July, but I'm not going to actually have the video posted until Saturday. So happy 4th of July, everybody. I hope you had a great holiday. These here are 4 wedding journals. I wanted to do something just a little different than I normally do when it comes to journal. And I've had this paper from Authentique. I don't remember what it's called. Let's see if I've got it here. It is called... well... I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's wedding paper from I believe it's called Always. Always is what it's called. So that's what's on the sticker sheet anyway. So anyway, it's Authentique's paper and it's so gorgeous. I love the the sepia toned, creamish tone to it. So anyway, I just wanted to do something different for a change because I'm always doing just junk journals, and so I just wanted to do something just a little different. I have to show you, my sister has found a new thread that is called latte foam, and it's kind of like a variegated, and it almost looks coffee stained. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is a new trim that I have in the shop. I don't have one in this latte foam color. She actually has to order some more of this, but she made me a little piece of it, a little piece of trim here. And can you see the variegated in that? It almost looks like it's already been coffee stained. It is super cute, guys. But I have some white and ecru in the shop. It's I've named this tiara trim because it kind of reminds me of a tiara. So, but anyway, this here looks coffee stained. That is so unique. So anyway, she's got to order some more thread before I can get any of that in the shop. But I do have some white and ecru in there. But I made 4 journals. They are wedding journals. You could use them, well, you could just use them as journals if you wanted to. But they're 4 weddings and our anniversaries would make good anniversary gifts. But anyway, I've got 4 of them, and they're all a little different and all kind of the same. So I am going to start on this end. Now, when I get these in the Etsy shop, they will just be... wedding journal number 1, wedding journal number 2, number 3, and number 4. So anyway, that's the way I'll have them tagged. So this one I have a little cutout tag from the collection, and this is with this ring. And see if I can get the whole thing in frame here. This is the back side. It's I've got just married with some coffee dyed cheesecloth. And I did the pamphlet stitch, and I just used the paper as the cover. So it's a little bit thinner cover than what I normally do, unless it's a paper bag or something. But anyway, it is still very sturdy. It's not gonna come apart on you. And I've just done some layering. I did a lot of layering through the journal. I did use some of that paper tape, or you can get it at Walmart. It's actually surgical tape, but it feels like paper tape. But anyway, I did use it to reinforce the spine. This one I've got a little pocket here, a little linen pocket. It's a vintage linen, and it has already some little crocheted lace on it there. Here is a little envelope that I evidently have slipped in that... just one of them that you could journal on, and it looks like the envelope there. It's got a little journaling sheet there. I've just sewed some seam binding on it, some coffee dyed seam binding, and here is just a little journaling tag. So there is that. And then I've just, I left a lot of places for journaling. I know that when you're planning a wedding or, you know, writing about your wedding, you want a lot of journaling space. So that is kind of what I was going for in these. I did do a lot of collaging. Here is just a little place for journaling there. And it just goes in there. You might want to write your family who attended, or you know, maybe something special that was going on with your family. Here I've used some glassine paper, and I've got it where the image is peeking through, and I've actually did some decorative stitch with some cloth here and ruffled it. And then, of course, more collaging. Here is a bride tag. And then this comes off the top for more journaling. And like I said, I really, whoops, I think I pulled out the, I pulled that out. Oh, I think it, no, I must have come out of somewhere else that's got another place there. But anyway, there's a place for journaling there. And this actually just sits over the top of the page. So just for something a little different there, and I've tied some seam binding on it. Here I've made a, oh, I have to tell you while I'm thinking about it. This here, well, I'll put that back in here in a minute. This here is Sagita coffee stains on YouTube. She had these for sale in her shop. And these are from her, and actually the papers are from her also. When I order something from her, since it has to be shipped internationally, I always pick up some of her coffee stained papers. They are wonderful. I absolutely love them. So the coffee stained papers are from Sagita Coffee Stains, and so are these little cutouts here on these decorative die cuts. When I ship your order on these, I will have all these taken off to ship it. I will actually take all these pins and stuff off so that they don't rip your pages in shipping, okay? That's something I try to do if I think it's going to rip pages when it gets sent out. Here's another little overlay with the cake. I just did the same thing, did some decorative stitch there. There's the actual image. Run some ruffle and decorative stitch. Here is a little envelope, same way. It's just one of those little fold so that you can journal. And then I have just absolutely just put it on the page here. And like I said, I will be taking these off to send it. This is where the other little booklet went, or the other little journaling went, right there. Just done some cheesecloth and some of that rosettes. Those are Hobby Lobby rosettes. Here I've got another little journaling tag, and there is the piece off of the marriage license. The ephemera there to the marriage license, I received from my friend. I got some Happy Mail from Ann. Here at Facebook and YouTube there. And anyway, here he is, just the groom. I've got a little button there, a little cheesecloth. I was trying to make it look like a little bow tie. Don't know that I succeeded there, but there is just some collage. I was going to see if I could find that. I'm not sure. Oops, I forgot to show you that little thing too. Here's the marriage license. I received these as Happy Mail from my friend Ann, and they are just gorgeous. I've actually copy dyed these, and anyway, so fun, so fun. Here's another little collage that I've made there, and then here is a book. Each one has a book in the back so that you could journal, you know, anything that you wanted about your special day. And then I did a little collaging on that. This here, get back to where I was. This here is just a little journaling. This is from the collection. It had a little heart on it. Then on the back side, I did a little a little collage. So it just goes there. So anyway, this is journal number 1. And then this is, let's get journal number 2. Let's kind of get them in order. So this is journal number 2, and it's a little different on the cover. This is that variegated flower. I've actually put a little button in it and some cheesecloth. Did some layering with some laces and things. So this will be number 2. And here is the back side of number 2. I've just got it layered with some cheesecloth there. And then this here has just some journaling paper there. Same way, this has a little, I made the little thing out of glassine. I actually tied it. It's just a little booklet, and it is tied. I did, of course, some collaging here. Same way, I've got the image peeking through the glassine. Here is a Just Married. It hangs over the page, just like in the last one. Same way here, I made the wedding bells. Same paper there. And it just sits on there. Here's Dreams Really Do Come True. This is that marriage license paper there. This is just a collage. And here's another little glassine booklet where I've tied it with some copy dyed seam binding. This says, "You Are My Everything," and it is just, like I said, just a little booklet there is what it is. And it just sits in the pocket up here. That's Friends. There's that marriage license. Bride and groom, they're on the same page, and I've backed them so that you can journal on them. Here's another one of the little cheesecloth with a button on it. These I added some little tabs. Actually, this was the first one I made. I added some little tabs there. Here's another little one of the envelopes that you fold that you can journal on. Sagita's little die cut page there. Here's I Do Love You, and you open it up, and I thought this would be cute if you had a white pen to write on, so I didn't put anything in here. I didn't want to cover over anything there. You could just write it in the white rollerball pen. Oops. Scoot that on up a little bit. Okay, and then some more collaging ceremony there. The glassine, I just did some ruffling on it, did some layering there with the cake image. More seam binding, coffee dyed seam binding, and then here is a little, another little booklet. Like I said, I put a booklet in each one. So anyway, this is journal number 2. Okay, journal number 3. I've got the husband and wife image there. This is the variegated flower. I've layered it with one of the rosettes and the large flowers. And wedding bells for the cover. Did a little collaging here. Here is our love story. And then this is just place to journal there. It's got the little lovebirds on it. And then here is that same little marriage record. Here's just I've cut these out of the paper and added a little button and a little flower. And then on this one I added a piece of music sheet. There's some more layering. Here is the little booklet I've made. It has, this came from the 12 by 12 there. I had a little bit of 6 by 6, so I've got pieces from the 6 by 6 as well as the 12 by 12 in this. So here I did just some fabric ruffling there. This actually was on the 6x6, the quote that it had. It says, "For you see each day I love you more than today, more than yesterday, and less than tomorrow," because they're going to love you more tomorrow. But anyway, I thought that was cute. It was on the back of the 6x6 cover. And then here is just a collage that I've made. The marriage certificate. Here is a little, I believe I made this a booklet. Yeah, I just made it a little booklet there. It has the cake on it. Thought it was cute. And then this is just a tag that I have, and of course another little envelope that I've made and just attached to the page. Ruffling. This here I left it long. I just wanted something a little different there. Did a little collage on it. This is the glassine paper. Did a little collage on that. Here's the cake. Did a little collage there. Family. This has just a piece that overhangs for journaling there on the top. Sewed some little lace there. Mr. and Mrs. This is actually a pocket. And it just sits in there. Place for journaling. And then this here is your band. I left the band kind of plain on this one. And then here is your book. And actually I need to stitch on this book. I didn't do that. I will put some decorative stitching on there. And I may put a little collage there. So this one here I'll probably put my stitching and my collaging on it. Okay, and then number 4. Whoops, let me get that, keep that with that. And then here is journal number 4. This is the back. It has a little bride and groom. And then, of course, I did some layering with the rosette, a vintage button. I put some of that tiara trim across the front. This one here has the pocket with just a little collage there. Little booklet for you to journal in. Run some of that lace down there. This is the marriage license there. I've just sewed a little lace there for a tab. Ceremony just has a place for journaling. Added a little button with a little flower there, hand crocheted flower. Another envelope I've just draped over the side for you to journal. Did the little collage there. And then here is that marriage record. Sewed just a piece of tag on the glassine paper there. And then Sagita's little, I love those die cuts she did. And then here is the little journaling tagger, booker. It's not really a book, fold there. Another little collage on the music sheet. Here is a pocket that I've just done a little collage there with some linen. And of course it is vintage linen, and there's just a little booklet. Just slips in there. Here is another collage I've done there. It's just a little booklet as well for journaling. Tag is bride and groom here. It says, "You are my today and all of my tomorrows." Mr. and Mrs. And of course I did back the tag there. And then here is another little collage on the music sheet. This is just draped over, another journaling tag draped over the page. And then here I've got some collage on both sides of that. This here I made a little long. This was from the 12 by 12, and it's just a little long. It's got the lovebirds there. I thought it was cute. After I cut it, I didn't want to throw that piece away. So I thought, well, I'll just make it a long journaling tag. More collaging. Like I said, I did a lot of collaging in these journals. And that just says bride, and it's a little place for journaling. Here's a little collage I did. This is one of the flowers that Sharon made. I'm trying to talk her into making some of these littler flowers for the shop. I like the little flowers. This is just a little journaling book that sits there. And then here is the back with, of course, another little booklet. And I did get it sewed in, so. Anyway, it's just got some decorative stitching on it for you to journal in. So guys, these are my 4 little journals. I hope that you enjoyed them. These were a lot of fun to make. It was, like I said, it was something different for a change, which is what I was kind of wanting, just to do something a little different. This number 3, I will go in and put a little collage on that band and do some stitching in that journal, that little booklet there in the back. So anyway, guys, I hope that you have a great 4th and that you have a great weekend this weekend. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.